Hello, world.
Welcome to our podcast where we talk about anything and everything.
Nothing is off limits.
This is Everything Electrified with Hiba and James.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 14, our Halloween special episode.
Hi, everybody. Let's go.
So, as promised, as we've been promising for 13 episodes, that on Halloween, we're going to have a special Halloween episode. And on this episode, I am going to share with you all of my spooky paranormal experiences that I've had. Okay. And I don't even think I've never even shared these with James, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So this is the first time he's hearing it. And we've been friends for a while now, and he's not heard any of these, right? This is not something I just go around just like sharing to people, because you have to understand not everyone like believes in this stuff, and maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Like, I could be technically crazy. It could be in my head. It could be me imagining things. But my thing is, anything that's happened to me, any experiences that I've had, I've never been alone. And there's always at least one or two other witnesses that have seen it happen or experienced it with me. So then it's kind of like, am I really crazy? Are we all crazy? Like, what is going on? It just makes you second guess your entire existence. Like, how is this possible? So I'll start with one of mine. Okay.
Mhm.
You ready for this, James? But
Let's
you
see.
guys better get your popcorn ready for this. You know what? Give us a big like and a thumbs up and subscribe, because I'm about to go into this like therapeutic section here with my life, okay?
Oh,
Yeah, this is gonna
okay.
be big. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All right. So I was a kid. All right. I'm gonna say I was like probably in middle schoolish, and I had a friend also in middle school. And then like one of my cousins, she's like 4 years older than me, and her sister, so my friend's sister is like also 4 years older. So we had like a little match. Like, me and my cousin would play with her and her sister, like we get along that way, right? We have company. So we would go into each other's houses, we knew each other and all this type of stuff. So this girl's house, supposedly, like every time I went over there, they used to tell me it was haunted. But to tell you the truth, my cousin is 4 years older than me, and her sister was 4 years older, and they're not like they were kind of like mischievous, right? So I'm like, yo, these
Mhm.
people are fucking with me, bro. Like, I'm like, no, that's not haunted. Like, yeah, it's haunted. This stuff happens in this house. I've never witnessed it. I never experienced it when I was in their house. So I'm like, it's not haunted. They're just trying to scare me, right?
Uh-huh.
So, all right, cool. So one time, this family was having like a little get together, right? So they invited a lot of people over, including like my mom, me, and then like they were there, of course, and we went there because we're all friends. So I went to these people's house, right? And we're having dinner. It's a small house in Queens, New York, guys. These houses are like very squished in together. They're, of course, they're like second story and everything. They're old houses. This is Queens, New York. These are old houses, and so all the kids were running around. We're just running around. We're upstairs, downstairs, everywhere, people everywhere, talking, laughing, eating, like everything's a good time. And then like one of the adults was like, why don't you kids go to the basement? Why don't all you kids go to the basement? We're like, okay, you know? And their basement wasn't like
So,
unfinished. It was like they had like a bed and a sofa and stuff like that. I mean, it's a house in Queens, New York, guys. Like, I mean, there's nothing more I can say about this. It's old. So
mhm.
we're like, okay, we'll go down to the basement. That's cool. And this is the place where they told me it's haunted. They used to tell me it was haunted, and I never believed them. So now we're like, all right, we're going down the basement. So now there's steps going leading into the basement. And there's like 12 steps, maybe 13 steps, like the average amount of steps. And there's at least 15 or more kids. Okay. So now, like, the light of this basement is only at the bottom of the stairs. So someone has to go downstairs and hit the light switch. Everyone is in the dark. So I'm in the middle of the pack here. So I'm probably in the middle of the staircase. And there's a kid on each step because we're all trying to go downstairs. And kid you not, guys. I swear to God, I can still see it till this day in my head. I saw red floating eyes in the darkness in the basement. And I was in the middle of the staircase, those eyes were still much higher than me. So you can imagine this is like 8 feet or something. Like the eyes were floating in midair, red eyes, okay? And I'm not the only one that saw it. All the kids on the stairs saw it, and everyone started screaming and running up the stairs. Like on top of each other. We all saw a demon. I swear to God, guys, I've seen a demon in its eyes, okay? And we all ran, and all the parents are like, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Because we're all screaming upstairs. We're like, we saw a demon. We saw a demon. Like, we saw red eyes floating. It's like, and the parents go like, oh no, there's nothing down there. It's just a cat. I'm like, what cat has red eyes floating in midair? What are you guys talking about? Like, they all know it's just the cat got in there. There's nothing there. I was like, what are you guys smoking right now? I'm just telling you what I saw. And I swear to God, after that, I've never been to their house after that. I've never been to their basement again. Until this day, I can see the red floating eyes. And I swear, after that experience, I think I'm more sensitive to these things now. I'm like way more sensitive. I've never had an experience.
Red eyes.
I've seen a demon in its eyes, guys. That's not no ghost. Ghosts do not have red eyes like that. That's a demon. I'm telling you, I saw it. It was there. And till this day, I can still picture it. Like, it's so vivid to me. I can picture the staircase. I can picture me being on the middle of the staircase. And then I can see it floating up in the air, in the basement, in the middle of the basement, up in the air.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think after that experience, I've been like super sensitive to things. Because now, here's another one. So that happened, right? Okay, cool. When my parents decided, oh, we're going to move from our Queens apartment and we're going to buy a house on Long Island, right? We bought a house on Long Island. So then they decided, let's move. And this is again in middle school because I moved around like 8th grade or 9th grade, okay? So this is still like middle school. Oh no, I moved around like 7th or 8th grade, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. So we were like, okay, we're going to move. Cool. Ever since we decided to move from that apartment, stuff started happening there. Like unexplainable stuff. And not just to me, to like my family. So for example, I'll tell you this. It was
wait. So the house you moved from, did family take over?
No. In the same Queens apartment that I've been living in all my life. Stuff started happening when we decided to move.
Oh, okay.
Like they knew we were gonna move or something, and they didn't want us to move or something. I don't know. I can't explain it. But it was after I saw those eyes. All the stuff that's happened to me is after I seen those eyes. Just so you guys know, all the stuff that's happened to me is after the eyes. So we decided we're gonna move. Okay, cool. So it was like a Saturday morning, right? We're off from school. You know, we're kids. My brother is like 2 or 3 years younger than me, depending on the time of the year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, because when it's his birthday, then we're like 2 years younger. And then when it's my birthday, for the majority of the year, we're like 3 years apart. So it just depends on the time of the year. So he's younger than me. So the way it was set up in the apartment, so the kitchen was like facing like the straight hallway to my room. Right? So where my bed was, you can technically see in the kitchen. So if you're standing in the kitchen, you can look down the hallway, you can see my bed, you can see me. Okay? That's how that works. It's a very small Queens apartment, and that's how it worked. You could just see each other through the hallway. And my mom was in the kitchen. She was like making breakfast or whatever, Saturday morning, just chilling. And then all of a sudden, we hear go like pop, 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 like this, like this, right? And my mom's looking like, where's that coming from? Where's that coming from? And she sees my bed moving.
Dude. What the hell?
If you ask my mom, she will tell you she saw the bed moving. And my brother was like, Mom, my bed is moving. And then I woke up too. I was sleeping. I woke up like, yeah, mine too. And our beds were shaking. The headboard was hitting the furnace like behind the bed. It was going like pop, 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 because it was like moving. And she saw it. She literally saw it.
Dude, what the hell?
Yeah. And that was the apartment we lived in our whole lives. And all of a sudden the stuff started happening. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My dad doesn't believe in nothing, by the way. He does not believe in nothing. And he goes like, were you guys moving my bed earlier? And we were like, no. And you're like, and he was home alone. And he was like, my bed was moving. But he's like, whatever, I don't care. So he does not believe in nothing. Yeah. But even he has experienced it, and he's like, I don't understand.
He's
Right?
like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
too
like, I don't.
tired.
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand. I just bring home the money. I don't care. So
I'm
he's
too
just like,
tired.
yeah. But even he has stuff like he can't explain, and we can't explain. Right? It's like so weird. Okay, here's another one. So when we were younger, like I was in middle school, my brother's like 2 years younger than me, whatever. My dad would pick us up after school. My school is like maybe 5 minutes away from my house. Like it's so close. So he would pick us up from after school. He would drop us home, right? And then he would go back to work, right? And then we would come home and then we would be home alone for the next like 3 or 4 hours or something like that. Until my mom came home. So we're home alone, we do our own things, we do our homework, we watch TV, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, we're in our room. Like me and my brother, we shared a room at that time. So we're in our room together. We're doing homework or whatever on the bed. It's pure daylight. It's not even dark outside, right? We hear like children laughing in the living room. I
What the
swear to God,
hell?
we heard like the demonic children laughing. We heard that in the living room. And we were so scared. And we could see down the hallway. Like I said, it was like down the hallway is the kitchen. So you can see straight from my room.
Yeah.
We had the phone there, like the cordless phone or whatever, back in like a home phone back then. And I was like, oh my God, I have to grab the phone. I need to call somebody. Like we just heard like just children laughing. And you're like, well, it's an apartment building. It could be coming from anywhere. You're right. Except the apartment next to me was vacant. The other apartment next to me was vacant. And the apartment upstairs was vacant. That's a fact. There was nobody there, and we looked outside. There's no children playing. I looked everywhere. There was no reason there should be children laughing in my living room. So I ran so quick. I grabbed the phone and I called my dad. I was like, Dad, I need to come home right now because the children are laughing in the living room. And we were so scared. And then like my mom was like, oh, I'm 5 minutes away. Don't worry, blah, blah, blah. And then like they came home and then like, I don't know. We were like creeped out, bro. Like we were little kids and we were creeped out. You know, the worst one in that apartment building, the worst one, right, was when this one time after school, both me and my brother back in our room doing our homework, we heard someone say my name. Like, not someone, I should say, heard my mom say my name. Like, in my mom's voice, they said my name, like, Hiba, like that. And I was like, oh, wait, is my mom home? And my brother heard it too. And we both went searching for it. We both went around the apartment. We're like, wait, is mom home? Like, we looked everywhere. We even looked outside the window by the like the bus stop on
Yeah.
the main street to see, like, oh, is she out there? And then once we were in, like, my parents' room, we heard my name again.
What the
And
hell?
then we called my mom and we're like, Mom, are you here? Like, where are you? And she's like, no, I'm still at work. I'm like, someone is calling my name, but it's like your voice. It's literally sounds like just like you.
So what'd she say?
She's like, I'm not home. And she's like, don't go looking around for that stuff. Like,
That
don't go if they're
that
calling you.
explains
Don't
so
go.
much. That
What?
explains so much. I'm not even gonna go further than that. That explains a lot.
I've like heard it all. I've seen it all. And this is just that one thing. So now guys, listen to this. Now we moved into my Long Island house. Okay. That's not the current house I'm in now. Because the current house I'm in now is like my third house. So like this is the first Long Island house I was in. So now we moved to this Long Island house, right? And I always got the creepiest feeling. And like they converted the garage into a bedroom. Like that's how the house was already when we bought it. And then there was a basement. It was an unfinished basement, but we finished it up and we put a sofa there. We had a TV there. We had like a computer desktop there. So it was like a full basement. We just had like a hangout spot. And then we had like the garage area, which was open now, part of the house, which was a bedroom. And over there, I had like the strangest feeling inside that garage area and in the basement area. Like I had like the weird, like I just never felt alone and I never felt easy. Okay. So I'm gonna take you back to what happened. So me and my cousins, we love this horror stuff, by the way. We love this paranormal horror things. We love it. We love it all. So they were over. It was like a summer day. They're sleeping over and they were like, oh, let's do the Ouija board. Mind you, we don't have a Ouija board. Mind you, we don't drive. Mind you, we have no money. Okay, so there's no way that we're getting a Ouija board to do it. So we were like, oh, we'll just take a piece of paper and we'll just write all the letters out here, right? So we wrote out all the letters, right? And we're young, right? I think I'm just in high school, maybe barely in high school. My cousin's like 4 years older than me. Both of them are like 4 years older than me. So we took out a piece of paper, white piece of paper. We wrote out all the letters and everything like that. And we decided like, okay, and then we needed like a little plan kit, right? A little thing. And we didn't have one, of course. So we used a bottle cap, guys. Like we were like broke and dumb. Okay. We used a bottle cap. Now, is a piece of paper where we write the letters and use a bottle cap, is that going to do anything? I don't know. What's so special about a Ouija board? It's just printed letters, right? I don't understand. But apparently, we made a circle. We had little candles. And this is like in a summer, like a beautiful day in the summer. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's nothing creepy about it. So we sat in a circle, we put the candles around us, and we told my brother, who was like way younger than us, to like stay in the basement, like don't come up here, don't come here. We like didn't involve him. And I don't know what they did, but they decided to call something, okay? And then while they're calling something, like the phone rang. But I was dumb. They told me don't break the circle. But I broke the circle, guys. I broke the circle. The phone rang. The home phone rang. I went to pick it up and there was nobody there. It was just static. But I broke the circle. It was like to lure us out or something, right? So once I came back into the circle, my cousin acted like she was like possessed. Now, again, they could be messing with me because I'm really younger than them, all right? They could be really messing with me. But after that time, I kid you not, so much weird stuff started happening. So we were like, okay, like we didn't really get anything, like the little bottle cap didn't move or nothing like that. Like nothing really happened. So we decided to just like end it. But we were told like you should burn the paper that you wrote all that stuff on. Okay, great. We had a lighter. The lighter would never light up, like no matter what. Then we took it to the stove. It's a piece of printing paper. We took it to the stove, put it in the stove, and it would not burn, James. The paper would not burn in the stove.
Dude, you did something messed up.
I did. I broke the
God.
freaking circle and I invited something. The paper would not burn. Okay? Like just a regular printer paper burned so fast. You put it in the flame, it wouldn't even turn black. We could not burn that thing. And we were supposed to burn it and bury it in the property. We could not burn it. So then we kept the paper and we kept trying. I kept trying with the lighter like 100 million times. Like eventually the lighter lit and we burnt it and it worked. Eventually. But after that, we did that, right? We were all chilling in the basement again. We would be on the computer and the computer would just shut off. Like, okay, fine, old computer. I'll chalk it up to all the skeptics out there. It's an old computer. It just shut off. Okay, never did it before, but all right. Computers break, whatever, it shut off. But then we had a TV with a VSH player. And at that time we had like, VSH. And we were playing a video, like a home video or whatever. And then we stopped it and we turned it off. All of a sudden we were heard the little videotape thing turn on and start rewinding the tape by itself after we've turned it off. Listen,
I really don't know what to say. Like I'm listening. All I'm doing is been listening.
Wait, it gets worse. So I have a guitar. I've always had a guitar in my life, right? So we had the guitar in the basement, and then we would hear it strum. We would hear the guitar strum, okay? In the basement.
Yo.
I know. This is the same house where I had that outer body experience that I talked about before. Like when I went out of my body and like I thought I went out of my body, but I didn't. Like I thought it was my brother there. Like it's that whole weird thing. This is the same house.
Same house.
The same house.
I do not feel safe around you now.
Why?
Some creepy ass shit you got going on.
But that was that house though.
All
right. So anyways, my mom used to see shadows all the time, by the way. But she's seen shadows all her life. So that's eyes on her. But anyways, so now we moved from that house to my other house. Okay, we moved now. We left all that there. By the way, guys, I will tell you this. The people that bought that house, like half of them are dead.
What happened? They just... That's just weird. And no, I'm not even gonna. I don't want to experience that.
No, I don't know. But when we sold that house, all right, we sold it to like another family, and they were like a young family. They weren't like old people or anything, but the owners, the people that like had their name written in the house, like the people that actually own it, they actually all passed away.
I can't, dude.
Yeah.
That's some creepiness right there.
Yeah. Pretty much. So now I moved to this house. This is the house that you've actually been to, James, the second house, right?
Yeah.
In that house, I used to see like lights just like going off by itself. Like I would just be in the room and the light would just be slowly dimming, not like the normal dim like you would do with the remote. Like
Yeah.
like the lights are fighting to stay on, but they're like dimming down.
Huh.
I would see that happening. I would put something one place and then I would never find it, and then it'll be in a whole other place. Doesn't make sense. Then I got locked in my room. So that room that I had doesn't have like the doorknob doesn't have a lock on it. It's just a doorknob. Okay, there's no lock on it. So one time I went to bed, like for the night, I was like done for the night. But then like I needed something, so I had to like get out of my room. When I go to turn the knob, it just wouldn't turn. It was just like locked. A doorknob that has no reason to not turn stopped turning. So I luckily I kept my whole life in my room, so I had a hammer. I keep tools in my room, so I had a hammer. So I had to like hammer the doorknob off.
Okay. What
and
the
then
fuck?
that's how I got out. And that my whole family knows that because my whole family was trying to get me out. I was trapped in that room. And then in that house is where I started experiencing, like, you can say sleep paralysis, but I swear to God, guys, that was not sleep paralysis. That was like something like always like holding me down or something. It was
Yeah.
like, it was a lot. It was a lot. But you know, we got like spiritual help or whatever, and there was definitely something with me or with that house or with the other house or with the house in Queens. I don't know from where it's coming from, but there was definitely something there, and we have since then resolved it. And now I'm in my new house and it's peaceful. That's all I can say. I don't have sleep paralysis anymore. So if there was a medical condition, why don't I have it anymore? Because I didn't take medication. I'm telling you, I didn't take any pills to stop it. So I don't have sleep paralysis anymore. I don't have none of that other stuff anymore. I'm a normal person. I go to sleep normally and I wake up normally now. But like before in that house, before I had like all that spiritual people curing me and whatever and get all my little stuff done, it was bad. I think ever since I saw the demon eyes, that's where it started for me. Honestly, that was like my earliest memories. And I looked it in the eyeballs, okay?
It's so-called eyeballs.
It's
Alleged.
red.
Alleged.
I can't. You know the thing they show you in the movies. I swear to God, that's what it looked like. It really does look like that. So now, because of everything I've experienced, scary movies doesn't really scare me. Like I can literally watch a scary movie in the dark with my headphones on alone, and I can sleep like a baby afterwards. I'm like not terrified.
Because some of the scary movies out right now is not as scary as it was when I was a kid, to be honest with you.
That's true, but I go and watch older scary movies too, and I'm still not scared. Like it doesn't faze me anymore. Like I'm scared. You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of all that stuff start happening to me again because I feel like I finally like cured it out of my life.
Yeah.
So I don't want it to go back to what it was. That scares me. That's the only thing that scares me is like I don't want it to happen again to me, but the whole like premise of it, I don't like it's not scary. Like I'm okay with it. I'm accepting of it. You know.
It's going through it.
Yeah, like I've seen some stuff.
The only thing I've ever had, to be honest with you, is my father was a superintendent the entire life. So superintendents are people who are in charge of the building. So if you have leaks, I'm just explaining to our viewers that don't have superintendents, that just had houses or whatever.
Yeah.
If you had leaks or the garbage, people who took out the garbage, but there's got to be another guy or a family that has to pack it and get it ready for the people with sanitation to take it out. In New York, that's sanitation, right?
Right.
So my father was a superintendent of a building in Queens, always in Queens. You see, we got stories coming out of Queens. So
That's because Queens is old.
Yeah. So, so superintendents are always out there. So, my father, I wish if he was here to talk to you about it, he'll tell you it's hilarious. We talk about it sometimes when I go visit him in Florida because he's retired out there now. Um, People were complaining on the first or second floor of the building that was a giant smell. Like, did you take the garbage out? The landlord eventually got called, right? The landlord got called and was like, "Listen, you need to talk to the super. Super's got to know that, you know." So the landlord calls and talks to my dad. Says, like, "You haven't you doing your job because people are complaining that there's a smell of garbage or something. It just doesn't smell right downstairs." So I goes, "Yeah, of course. What are you fucking crazy? Of course I've taken the garbage out. Because then you go check." So I was around 15 years old at the time. Of course, my brother was more favored to stay with my mom, but I more stayed with my father, right? So he goes, "Jimmy, come with me. Come check." I was like, "All right, Pop." As soon as we get on the floor, it smelled terrible. I can't even describe the garbage smell. So my father, as good as he is, oh my god, I don't know how he's able to use his nose to search through that smell. He actually walked over and just checked out every apartment. And one apartment it was strung out of. So he goes, "It's out of this one." So he's knocking on the door. No answer. He's knocking on the door again. No answer. Now, my father knows all these tenants. He's been there for years at the time. So he knows that sometimes this tenant here forgets to take the garbage out or whatever, and they're kind of like old. So it happens. So he helps the guy when he is, my dad helps him. You know what I mean? He feels bad, he helps him. He knocks on the door sometimes. He says, "Hey, can I have your garbage? Let me take it out now for you." So he helps him out. So he knocks on the door, but for some strange reason, the guy does not answer the door. So my father goes, I got to do something. I can't let this, it stinks. I can't let this be this way. People are getting sick. People are sitting down close to dinner. People are sitting close to dinner to have this meal. They can't smell this. It's going into their apartments. So he tells me, "Jimmy, go back to the house. I'll take care of this. Go back home." Now, this is fully my father's story. So he decides to climb down the fire escape to get to the window. In emergencies, we don't break the door as a super. You go through the window because it's a lot easier to replace or repair a window than to break a door. I'm sorry, guys, it's facts. So he sees the TV's on inside the living room. So he's knocking on the window first. Still, nothing. So, takes a screwdriver. He breaks the latch in the window, pulls the window up, and the stench is terrible. Terrible. He goes inside. He calls the guy's name, and it's nothing still. So he gets to the dining room area, and the guy is sitting there with his face down on his food.
That's creepy.
Wait, it's not done. So my father kind of figured out what happened. No. So he opens up the actual door itself, and he goes out the front door of where he was, right? And he calls the police. So the police come with the ambulance. Of course, they determined that, he had a heart attack when he was sitting down to have dinner, and it happened. He died. And he was dead for about 3 or 4 days. So the stench, built up on his body. And he said, my dad didn't want to be too descriptive. And I'm not going to be too descriptive here for you guys, because if I did that, you guys would definitely want to run away from us. So I'm not going to be descriptive, but it was bad. One of the detectives or police officers, or whatever at the time, takes a look up at the ceiling, and he sees it's black. So they were both trying to figure out, why is the ceiling so black? I mean, there's no fire. That doesn't make sense. Like, it was just food he had cooked, and he shut the stove off, and it just happened. So one of the detectives decided, hey, you know what? Let's take the broomstick and touch the ceiling. That is the most biggest mistake you could ever do in your life. Because like any food that's left out, it happens to bodies too, the flies are born. And it wasn't a black stain on the ceiling. It was like a million flies. And as soon as they hit it, all of them went down and just went apeshit. They all ran out. They all ran out of the place. They had to wait and bug bomb the place to remove the body. That's how many flies were there. So that is the death kind of story that I've gotten as a superintendent with my father. That's the only one I can tell you guys. But yeah, that was the most scariest.
Oh, that apartment is haunted for sure.
Mm. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
From the person who passed away.
He passed away just before he ate dinner. It just
Wow.
happened. It's sad.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a nice note to just leave everything on.
Yeah, let's just leave it like that.
That's your Halloween stories for you this week, everybody. We're gonna go into our real topics now for everybody else who was not interested in Halloween.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some tech news. All right, guys. So for tech news, this is what I found. So somebody, okay, is suing Apple, somebody else. But this is in China. Okay. And the reason why they're suing Apple is because over this fact. Because they sold the iPhone 12 Pro without any power, the little power bricks.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying that that's part of the charger and you sold it without a charger.
Okay. So didn't they announced it on their? I'm trying to understand because they announced that on their.
Yeah. They said that's wrong. You can't do that.
What?
Yeah. That's like saying, all right, so I think what they're trying to make a point is, let's say you buy a car.
Okay.
Let's say you buy a car from Ford. And Ford sells you the car but doesn't sell you any tires or rims and tells you you're going to need tires and rims to drive your car. So you're forced to buy tires and rims.
Jeez. Are you
That's
kidding
the
me?
comparison right there. Like, you need the charger to charge your phone. You're selling me the phone, but you're not selling me the charger. It should be included.
Yeah.
I think that's their argument.
Wow.
And then they said that the cable that they included with the phone was not working with some of the Apple chargers they used anyway. So even though they gave the charger the cable, it wasn't working. So that's why it's some Chinese students that decided to sue Apple over this.
Okay.
And that's pretty interesting.
I mean, I don't know how far they're going to get with it, especially when they announced several times that they're not going to do that anymore.
But that doesn't mean it's correct. That's like saying, okay, so Ford goes like, well, we're going to sell you cars, but we're not going to sell you the steering wheel.
Samsung followed suit too with the Galaxy S20. So it's the same thing. It's going to become a nationwide standard. So is it wrong? 100%. I think they were stupid for doing that. But, everyone's still going to buy the next iPhone. I mean, it is going to happen. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've bought my own bricks and stuff like that. So I don't really care. I never even use the chargers that come with the phone. I never use those wires.
Me too.
I never use those chargers. They're all sitting in my boxes. So I have like an endless supply of chargers at this point in my life.
Even right now, as we speak, I have the 13 with you. I don't even use the wire that came with the iPhone.
Yeah.
Because I have my own. I never use it.
And I actually have the wireless charger thing too. So technically, I don't even need any chargers ever from Apple.
I really don't.
But that's me, right? But these people are like, they're suing them because it just doesn't make sense for not to include a charger. Like essentially, if you don't have a power brick, you can't charge your phone, essentially.
Yeah.
The way Apple has it right now. So you are forced to get a power brick if you don't have a power brick.
Agreed.
That's their whole stance on that. Like, you don't include a charger. Dang, man.
I try to be straight. I try to do it straight on that.
I just try to bring you guys the news, all right?
I can't even keep a straight face on that. That was kind of stupid.
All right, I'm gonna go into some crypto news because crypto is hot this week again. All right, I mean, people have become like instant billionaires right now. I'll tell you one guy, right? The Shiba coin, we talked about it last week. It's hot. It was hot last week. It's still hot now. I mean, it hasn't dropped. It's lower than the highest point it was. That's correct. But the reason why, I'll tell you how the Shiba works. This is how the Shiba coin works. So unlike Bitcoin, so Bitcoin is, there's Bitcoin miners, right? Bitcoin miners are always mining Bitcoin because people are buying it. So there's an endless supply of Bitcoin going in. Okay. The value is there, but there's also an endless supply. With Shiba coin, however many coins that exist. That's it. It's not
Wow.
increasing. So once people buy it out, so the more people that buy into it, the higher the value goes, because now the supply is going away. And then some people burn their coins. If you burn your coins, that gets out of the existence. So supposedly like 41% of the coins have been burnt already. That's where the supply is going. Like the supply is going down, but like the price will start going up. And that's what's really happening here. So everyone in the Shiba community, because I'm in the Shiba community, are saying that on November 3rd, they want everybody to buy $20 of Shiba coin. November 3rd, I forgot what time they said, like 1 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody just needs to buy $20. Just
Good luck.
$20.
Good luck. It's been hard for me to even do it, so good luck.
Yeah, it's not an easy process, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie to
Sure.
you guys. It's not like in New York. It's not an easy process. I try to buy the Floki coin, right? Right,
Yeah.
Flocky coin. You know the name of Elon Musk's dog, right?
Yeah.
Floki, whatever. I try to buy that coin. I was doing research all damn morning trying to figure out how to buy this coin, and then I found a way to buy it. But then it was like, oh, you live in New York, we can't help you. You can't buy this at all. Like I've been rejected from so many sites because I live in New York. I literally can't buy it. So it's really hard for me to figure out how to do it. I looked at Pancake Swap, and they do have the Floki coin to like swap for something, which is cool. But then they tell me, this is the warning message Pancake Swap gave me. This coin could be created by any user.
Yeah.
So, and users are known to make fake addresses for fake coins. So you may think it's the correct coin, but it may not be the correct coin, and we can't help you in that instance. So make sure you want to do this. Do you want to continue? So I was like, no, I don't want to continue. Why would I want to continue after that message?
Yeah, that would be like totally fucked up. I
Yeah,
don't
unless
know.
I was like spending $20, maybe I'll continue, right? Like I'd be like, all right, $20, right? If it works, it works. But
After
what if
that
it wasn't
message.
like the correct coin? What was like a fake coin and rerouted somewhere, and now they took my money and all this stuff? Like I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. How do people get in so
Excuse me.
early? I don't even know how I can't buy this. Anyways, so the story is with the Shiba coin, some person, I don't know if it's a man or woman, maybe it's
Mhm.
just a man, I don't know. Some person in last August bought $8,000 worth of Shiba coins when it was like zero, when it was like 0.0000000. That's how much it was worth. It was worth nothing, right? He bought $8,000 worth of Shiba coins. At that time, he probably has so many coins, right? So it's in his wallet. The wallet exists, okay? But he hasn't signed into his wallet in over 200 days. And now those coins that he bought is worth $5 billion. Some person out there has $5 billion worth of Shiba coins right now.
Jesus.
And he has not signed into his wallet in over 200 days.
Dude, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
I think this person might have passed away, bro.
I'm thinking that too, because if
How
that's
do
what
you
the
not
case,
know this news? Like you see this news and you don't think you put $8,000 and you're like, oh shit, I put $8,000 in Shiba. Let me go check or something. I don't know. Maybe he lost his wallet password and now he hates himself. I don't know, but some guy is an instant billionaire right now
and doesn't even know it.
and doesn't know it, or he can't access it or something.
That's sad. I would hate to be that dude. I'm not even trying
Yeah.
to be a jerk. I would
Yeah.
hate to be that guy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I would, yeah. I don't know what's worse. I'd rather like have been dead. So I'm like, oh, I died before that even happened.
Yeah, I didn't know different. I have no
Yeah,
difference in that at that
yes,
point.
or be alive and you know you have that many Shiba coins, but you can't get into your wallet because
Yeah,
you
no.
forgot the password.
Yeah, please. I don't want. Don't. No.
What's worse? What's
Wow.
worse? You tell me in the comments below. What's worse, dying or not knowing your password to your $5 billion empire?
Living to become the hero. Yeah, no, no, I'm not feeling that. That's no,
Yeah.
no. I'd be so tight. I'm not gonna
I'd
lie.
be I'd be mad. I was so mad when we changed phones and I couldn't get into my other, like I could get into it because I was smart and I took care of like my passwords.
Yeah,
But and it was only like at that time my wallet value was not worth anything. Right now it's really high, but then it wasn't really worth anything. But I'd be pissed if I couldn't get in then and I was like, "Oh, fuck it, it wasn't worth it." And now it went up and now I have all this money sitting there and I'm like, "Oh my god, I forgot my password. I can't get in." I'd be pretty pissed off. All right. We're going to move on to our next topic here. We're going to get into some world news. All right, so for world news, right? I wanted to like we always talk about like bad stories. Wait, do I have a bad story? Hold on.
wait, she's gonna get all her
I'm
stories
gonna
together,
see.
guys.
I'm gonna see if I have a bad story first. No, I don't have a bad story. Okay, good. Because we always talk about really bad stories in world news, but now I'm gonna talk about a good story. All right.
Finally.
So Keanu Reeves, right? We know him as the Matrix actor and many other films. John Wick 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you mean
So,
Keanu?
yes,
I'm gonna
yes,
say
that
you
guy.
said Kanye. I was like,
No,
what?
no,
Keanu.
yes,
Okay.
that guy. So he's filmed John Wick 4.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
that.
So he
I want that.
once he finished filming it, he gave everybody on set a Rolex.
What the hell,
What
dude?
a good guy. Has
He's
anyone read
always
his
been a
story?
good guy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but like he's real, like he generally really like if you read his story, right?
He
And then he's such a good
well, I know that he's come from a hard life prior to him
yes.
being a actor, an actual actor that made it in Hollywood because he was not an actor starting out.
Yes.
And he knows how it is to be at rock bottom. He knows how it is for any hardworking person to make a buck. So
He gave everybody a Rolex. Everybody that works on film in the after party, like the wrap up party, that
yeah,
was their gift, a Rolex. Bro.
that's insane, bro.
That is because that's life changing for some people. I'm not meaning
Uh,
like, oh, now I have a Rolex watch. I mean like people can really like do something with it and like
yeah,
change their lives. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
some people might keep it because it's a gift from him, of course. Like some
of
people might
course.
just keep it. Or some people might, sell it or whatever and get that money and do
Make
something that they couldn't do before and
yeah,
like really change their lives. Like it's a what
that's
a
a big
good
thing.
guy. Look, round of applause. What a good guy. What a good guy. So the next thing I had now this is a big one. This is a big one here. Okay. This is kind of blowing up the internet and people are kind of pissed off and whatever. Toy Story.
Uh-huh.
Toy Story 1, great movie. Toy Story
Mhm.
2, all right, great movie. After that, they got kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, they got a little weird, right? But now they're making a new Toy Story, but the person who plays Buzz Lightyear was what was his name? What was the guy who plays Buzz
Don't
Lightyear?
look at me, man. I barely watch Toy Story.
The voice, the guy who does the voice
I don't.
for Buzz Lightyear.
I would have to look it up. I don't know.
Dude, he's like my freak.
Hold
I
on.
Tim Allen. Sorry,
Tim.
Tim
Oh yeah,
Allen.
Tim Allen. Yeah, I know
Oh
Tim Allen.
Jesus, I knew who it was with the face and I couldn't remember the name.
Tim the
Okay,
Two Man Taylor. I love
yes,
him.
Tim Allen played Buzz Lightyear, right, in all the
Okay.
Toy Stories. So now a
Okay.
new one's coming out. Who do you think should be the voice of Buzz Lightyear?
Well, Tim Allen's still alive, so Tim Allen.
It's not. It's Chris Evans.
What?
Okay, so this is why people are freaking out. This is exactly why people are
But Tim
freaking
Allen's
out.
still alive. You can actually get him to do it.
This is why people are freaking out. But everyone is confused. This is not a Toy Story movie. What Pixar is doing is they're making an origin story of Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear is a toy. They're showing you a movie about the man where
Yeah.
the toy is based on. Buzz Lightyear is a real astronaut they're trying to make. And Chris Evans is supposed to be the voice of the astronaut man, not the toy figure Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people on the internet are like really pissed off. But there's no reason to be pissed off. Don't be mad, internet.
Because
Don't be mad.
it's like a prequel before Buzz. So
Yeah, Tim
remember,
Allen is the voice of the toy.
yeah,
This is not Toy Story Part 27,
yeah.
okay? This is literally the actual human being that Buzz Lightyear, the toy, is based
off
on.
of. Yeah.
Yes. And Chris Evans is the voice of that person.
Okay.
Okay. That's what that's about. And that's what I wanted to make clear for
I mean,
everybody.
it's the same person that the same people are complaining of the one that did the Mario movie when they have
No, that's kind of messed up.
yeah,
No,
because
no.
the voice actors, some of them I agree with, but some of them like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why did you go that far?
I mean,
Anyway,
like, are you really gonna make Chris Pratt do an
Mario.
accent the whole time? Like, I
A
just
New
feel like
York, it's an old Brooklyn, New York accent. It's kind of hard to do. So to have him do that, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Like, I just feel like it's a little weird.
Uh,
I feel
so
like it's a little weird. I don't know. I gotta see the movie. I'm not.
I'm
I'm
still
gonna
gonna
be
see.
open minded. I'm gonna
I'm
be
still
open
gonna
minded.
see it no matter what. I'm still watching the
Yeah,
movie.
I'm gonna be open minded about this. But it's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little
Yeah.
weird. It's a little
Your
weird.
your
I'll be
your
open
uh,
minded.
your choices for actors on that is just
They
out
did
there.
it because he's like the highest grossing actor right now. So, like his followers are gonna go see it. Like he's in a bunch of other movies. Like,
Guardians
you
of the
know.
Galaxy stuff that he's pushed out and all the other stuff.
Yeah, so that's why they went with him. Plus Ryan Reynolds was also just in the Pikachu movie. He was
Yeah, yeah.
Pikachu. So you can't like
Yeah, but Pikachu never had a voice. Ryan Reynolds gave him finally a voice. It was
I
always
know.
Pika, Pika, Pika.
But when I hear Ryan Reynolds, I always hear Deadpool. If you have you guys ever watched the movie Free Guy?
I have not
The
watched the movie
You
Free Guy,
should
but
watch it because
I've
you guys
seen
like gaming, right? Everybody here is a gamer, right? Everyone listening to us that are gamers out there, watch Free Guy. But when you hear him talk, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a good movie just to watch and chill out. But is it theater worthy? No. But if you were to watch it, right, and then you listen to Ryan Reynolds, right? Close your eyes and listen to Ryan Reynolds. Everything he says, it sounds like Deadpool is talking to you.
actually, all I see in Ryan Reynolds is the Waiting movies because I loved him in Waiting. That it was actually kind of funny, and I always see him. He's it's a comedy movie, obviously, so he's always been a comedian. So for him to
Yeah.
play, Deadpool made sense.
Oh, I love Deadpool. But
Yeah,
when I watch Free Guy, all I can think is
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Like, but gamers out there, where you at? Watch Free Guy. Hello, hello, gamers. Like that's for you. Watch Free Guy. All right, we're gonna move on to our last topic here. It's gonna be some Tesla talk. All right, for Tesla, stocks went crazy this week for Tesla, like crazy. They're over $1,000. They just broke it. Tesla just went to the $1 trillion club with Apple and all of them other people. Okay, and the
Oh.
reason why it went crazy was Hertz. The rent a car company Hertz
Mm-hmm.
placed a 100,000 car order with
Tesla
Tesla. I'm sure it's the Model 3 standard range. I'm
makes
probably
sense
sure that's the
because
one
they're
they
affordable.
went with. Exactly. And that's what pushed them. It's like a $4 billion order, by the way. And that's what pushed them towards that value or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me. Now it's kind of like big companies, big companies in the automotive industry is seeing the trend that EVs are here to stay.
Well,
EV is the next
excuse me.
thing.
It's $3.50 a gallon in New York for gas. So yeah, I think EVs is definitely going to be the next thing because it's getting too crazy with gas.
Well, that doesn't mean it could be the next thing. Gas always goes up and down. It always goes up and down.
Well,
You
so
know
far it's
that.
been going up
I know, but
hardcore.
all the time gas goes up and down. There's always been shortage of gas. There's always been times in our history where the even number license plate can get gas or the odd number. There's always been issues with gas. This is not a thing. And to get rid of gas, you're getting rid of a gas company. Gas companies are huge.
Well, it's like the
Huge.
airlines. They're going to figure out how to save the gas companies because airlines are just like the airlines. They're too big to fail. You can't have them fail. It's
Well, they're
pretty
not
much.
gonna fail. They're gonna keep gas until they figure out how to get a battery big enough and long enough to last all these trips. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, this is what I'm thinking, right? Hertz, you know how they make you fill up your tank before you return or they charge you crazy amount of money?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna tell you need to charge the car to at least 80% before returning.
Turning it to the freaking store. Oh God.
Oh my god. But now, like, if you think about it, I feel like people were gonna abuse that because there's a way to care for your EV car and that battery.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
you don't always supercharge it. You don't always do all this other stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
your car learns how you drive it, and that's how it kind of like calculates the mileage and everything. But if there's so many different drivers going through it and the charging habits are all over the place, or if you rented, people don't have chargers in their home, so they're not home charging, they're always going to be supercharging. I'm just curious on how this is going to work.
Hmm.
Because gas is just convenient, right? Gas is everywhere. It's just convenient. But the supercharging a rent a car, or I don't know. And
Yeah,
how
of
do you
course.
pay for the supercharging for rent a car? Does it go to Hertz? Like, do they get billed for it, and then Hertz bills you on your account? Like, I'm like all types of confused because
I'm sure Hertz will come out with this something from there. 'Cause they're gonna make money off it. They know they're gonna make money. That's the reason why they played for that order. I don't blame them. That's a
yeah.
smart move. That's a smart move to do.
That is my point is like these big automotive companies are
Mm,
seeing the trend and the direction and they're accepting it. And that's huge for EV world because this just shows like Ford like, oh shit, EV's here to stay, or Toyota or Mercedes to make an affordable EV line. Like Mercedes Benz has like over $100,000 EV car.
of course.
That's not speaking to the masses. And I'm not saying every car needs to speak to the masses, but you should have something where like maybe a higher middle class person can buy it, cuz right now a higher middle class person can buy a Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? So you should have an EV option for that as well. Like the C300 is a middle class Mercedes. You should have an EV option for that, like that's where it kind of shows other people like
Of course.
we got to think about EVs now. Like we got to figure out how to get away from the gas and how to get into EVs because this is what people want. Okay, so our next Tesla stories. Tesla recalls about 2,700 Model 3s and Ys over a suspension issue.
Hmm.
Okay. Now these are all like let me see, 2020 and 2021 models over a suspension issue. Now let me ask you this, James.
Mm.
All these manufacturers out there, they have recalls.
Of course.
They have open recalls, tons of them. Tons of them. They're
Mhm.
not making headline news.
This
There's an agenda against Teslas. I'm sorry. Listen, I call the bullshit when it's bullshit, but there's an agenda against Tesla. I really feel like other
Oh.
manufacturers, like the conspiracy is the other manufacturers like to like buy these like news outlets or like donate to them, and
Mhm.
then they purposely put out these negative headlines. Remember that YouTube video I told you about with Kim Java? She's like said all these negative things that's involving Tesla. Like Hertz just placed this big order, but then like another news story comes out, they're recalling all these cars. So you're telling me that GM and Ford and all Toyota and all of them don't have recalls? All of them have recalls, but yet Tesla's the only one that makes the headlines. There's a conspiracy there. I swear to God, there's a conspiracy
Maybe
there.
they're just jealous of Tesla being the because you
Exactly.
see other competitors now. They're all trying to make cars like Tesla
Yep.
because uh they know that Tesla's making money, and they're
Yep.
like this is going to be the way of the future right now.
It is.
Which is going back to like people in the politics. They were like, well, electric is never going to be the future. I said, I hate to tell you, man, electric's climbing up there,
I know.
and not
You
just
can thank that
Teslas.
to the gas.
Yeah,
You can thank that to the gas issue.
gas is just too
Um,
much. How much did it cost you to actually fill your battery?
like $4 or three
Okay,
dollars a
so
day or something.
it cost me $30 yesterday to fill my tank up.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that's too much. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you how much it cost me right now, okay?
Uh,
So I'm gonna go to my app. It's a third party app, not sponsored. It's called OptiWatt. I use this just to track how much I'm actually spending in like charging, okay? This
mhm,
is just an estimate. Don't
mhm.
take this to like too much like, oh, this is how much. It's just an estimate. So let's do Friday, the 29th, okay? So for me to charge my car last night, it was $3.25
Wow.
all time. So this is all time is how long I've had my car. I've had my car since the end of May, okay? And now
Mhm.
it's October, okay? So the all time I've spent $282 to charge my car. This entire time. Yeah, that is savings. On top of that, I don't have to do oil changes, right? I don't have to do
Yeah.
any type of maintenance like that. So yeah, you're gonna need tires, every like depending on how long you like how much you drive, you're gonna need tires every 12,000 or 15,000 miles,
Mhm.
and window wiper fluid or whatever. But that's gonna be pretty much it. Not even brake pads because technically I don't brake. It's just the motor doing its thing.
Of
So
course. Yeah.
technically I'm not even really braking that much. All right. So let me go to our other thing I wanted to talk about is this new Tesla update. So guys, listen to this. Remember I used to say I never get updates to my car, right? And then I learned in your car setting, you can go under software updates and you can pick standard or advanced.
What?
Why is this an option? I don't know, but I hit advance, okay? Updates advance. And I think that just means that you literally tell Tesla that you want the updates no matter what.
Yeah.
Instead of doing standard whenever they feel like that you're going to get it. Now, ever since I hit that advance button, it took a while. Like I didn't get started getting updates, but it took a while. But ever since it started where I started getting one update, every
Mhm.
other day I'm getting updates. I finally got the new update where you can see your cameras from your app. And I can really see all the cameras of my car from my app now. That's
Mhm.
pretty sick.
That's a good update. Shit.
That's a good update. But you know what I would really want? Now that they're doing that, I want them to give me an alert. Like, let's say the Sentry mode was triggered, right? Is recording it great. I want them to alert my phone that a Sentry mode was triggered. So I know maybe something's near my car. That would be
Okay.
really good if they give me a notification now. Right now, it's just live viewing. I go in it and I can view it live. Right now, that's all that does. But I'm on notifications. And another thing I would like is to view my recorded things. But I think that's not possible because it's on like a flash drive and the car. I don't know how that would work. I don't know. I'm not the software guy. I don't know how that works. But
Yeah.
I would like to see my recorded stuff from my phone. Even if I have to be inside my phone and connect it to my phone, I still rather see it from my phone than to have it on a flash drive and I
Yeah.
have to pull out the flash drive, put it in a computer, do it that way. I'd rather have a way to just view it from my phone.
Mhm.
So that's, James, ever since I started talking crap about shit I want in my car, all these updates been coming out. Remember I talked shit about the car wash and then
Yeah.
the car wash update came out and I
Yeah.
talked shit about like not being able to see my cameras on my phone and then the update came out.
That's just coincidental. Stop
No,
that.
maybe Elon Musk is listening.
I
I
highly
don't know.
doubt that. What?
I'm so sorry I called you a con artist the other day. Anyways.
I still believe you are, sir, because it's too much money for your cause. But don't worry about it. It's okay. Let Hiba keep going.
But anyways, I just feel like it's strange. Every time I call something out that I want in this car, it's just like news starts coming out. There's an update for it. It's strange. You know it's strange. You guys listening out there, you know it's strange. You've been listening to me for 13 weeks now. You know it's strange. Come on now.
That's all. It is what it is. It
So
is what
now,
it is.
so now, mark my words, guys. Mark my words. Now I've complained about the fact that I want to see notifications for Sentry mode. I want to see that. Now it's gonna happen. You know what? I'm gonna end on a creepy note here. You want to know something creepy with my Tesla? I'm gonna tell you something creepy. The other day, right? I wake up in the morning, and I usually wake up before my alarm, and I just lay there because I'm like contemplating my life, whether to get up or not or go to work.
Yo.
So I just lay there, right? So I'm
Okay.
laying there convincing myself, oh, you got bills, you gotta get up. Like I'm convincing myself to get up. It's like a pep
Psyching
talk.
yourself up.
It's like a pep talk for yourself in the morning, kind of,
What
right?
the fuck?
So I'm doing this, right? This is an everyday morning routine for me, by the way. And in that time, I check all my like news, my stocks. I look at all types of things. So all of a sudden, my phone gives me an alert that your car alarm is triggered. My Tesla car alarm is triggered on the phone. The app is going crazy, is giving me the alert. I'm like, wait,
That's kind of weird.
what the freak? So actually from not my bedroom, but from another bedroom in my house, you can see my driveway. And I go there and there's nothing. There's nothing near my car. There's nothing happening.
Mhm.
So I'm like, so I turn it off, right? Obviously. And I don't understand why the alarm went off. And before you guys go like, well, review the footage, let me tell you, that footage stuff doesn't always work for me. All right. It doesn't record every single time.
And it's
Like,
a new Tesla, by the way, guys.
yeah, it doesn't work for me. It works maybe it works 40% of the time, okay? And that's if I really mess with it to get it to work in that one moment, and then it'll just stop working maybe. And before you're like, oh, you're using the wrong SSD, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I'm using an SSD that everyone recommends. Then I use the original Tesla flash drive that they gave to me with the car, and it's still the same issue. So don't start with me. I know what I'm doing. All right. But anyways, that was creepy. I don't know why the car alarm went off. I have no idea why that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm be honest with you, I'm a little bit like, I don't know, because it's really hard to get Tesla car alarm to go off. By the way, it's
Sus.
not easy to make them go off. There's YouTube videos that they try to like make it go off. Sentry mode comes on, but the alarm doesn't go off. Like you really, it has to be like a hit for it to go off.
Okay, so you got some kind of sus going on in your car.
And this is the same driveway that saw the ghost. Remember that video that I showed earlier? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, like,
I can't.
it's the driveway and it's
No.
the same car. And
No.
mm,
I'm not dealing with that.
All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today in our Halloween special episode, and that's where I'm gonna leave it.
All right, guys. That's about it. Like, subscribe, give the love,
Give a big thumbs up.
keep them black-eyed children off your doorsteps.
All right, guys. Until then, see you on the next one.